it's Sunday, go to the grocery store like normal. Usually get I'll restock like all my fruit and vegetables because I usually go through it in a week. Like I buy enough for a week, and then get some more meat for dinner and stuff. Just make sure I was trying to stay on the outsides of the aisles, get everything fresh, nothing really processed. I don't like eating a lot of processed food. Try and make most of my meals, pretty much all of them. I don't really eat out that much, so I just need to make sure that I have enough food to last me for the week. Being a student athlete is definitely working a full-time job and being a full-time student. I practice every morning at 6 in the morning, so I'm up. And then in the afternoon we have 3-hour practices usually, and I'll have to go to treatment as well, for injuries. And sometimes I do extra, so total I'm probably spending about 6 hours a day involving softball, whether it be on the field or in the weight room or in the treatment room. So it definitely takes up a large portion of my day. Pretty much outweighs studying most of the time, just based on mandatory practice hours. So it's definitely hard to balance my time and manage it well and make sure that I take care of all my responsibilities, just because it's so time consuming and you can't pick and choose when you want to go. You got to be there every day because it's mandatory, and if not, you'll get in trouble. Breakfast, I only really eat hard-boiled eggs, and I'll drink chocolate milk and maybe a granola bar or something. So hard-boiled eggs I'll just make on the weekend, usually when I have time, because they stay good, and then I'll just eat 1 or 2 every morning and grab a granola bar or maybe a piece of fruit. Typically for lunch, I don't really think too much about it. It takes me 10-15 minutes max to make lunch every day. It's usually around between 12 and 1:30, whenever I get done with class before practice. And I'll make a sandwich pretty much every day, just turkey, spinach, tomato, just a couple of vegetables, and then on the side I'll usually eat a piece of fruit, or sometimes I do yogurt. So pretty basic, whatever's really quick, I can kind of just refuel so that I have energy for practice and whatever else I have to do in my day. But that prep for that's easy. Everything's already pretty much made. I just have to throw it together. Dinner is kind of a little bit trickier. The night before, I'll pull out whatever meat I want, whether it be chicken or fish or turkey. I'll put that in the fridge, and then when I come home that night, usually around 6, I'll start making dinner, and I'll just prep everything then, whatever I do. Vegetables, really easy, just throw it in a pan, throw it in the microwave. Maybe make some brown rice, and then my meat, just throw it in a pan. Usually I can make dinner with under 25 minutes tops. Organic food and not organic, I don't really pay attention, to be honest. For some reason I think organic's better and healthier, but I don't really actually know what makes it better for you. I just know there's less, I don't know, it's fruit and stuff and vegetables, less pesticides maybe, but I actually don't know the difference. I usually just buy whatever's cheaper. I don't really care because I usually just go for what's cheapest and most available. Not really gonna buy the more expensive thing because it's local. I don't know. I think back home I'd be more prone to it, but out here, no, I don't really think about that at all. I just get whatever looks the best. The only time I go to farmers markets though is usually when I'm home, because they're not really convenient. So you just get it from the grocery store. Sometimes I think it's hard for college students to eat healthy and all that because money is really tight and healthier foods tend to be more expensive. Also cooking and meal prepping is very time consuming, and a lot of times kids are more focused on studying and not what they're putting in their bodies because they don't really see the effects of it since they're so young at this point, so it doesn't really matter. But I think it's hard for a lot of people. It's not an easy thing to eat every meal super healthy. There's a lot of really convenient fast food places in America, and I think it's the easier option for college students because money and time, they're literally on every corner in the nation, so it's super convenient and you never have to go out of your way to get fast food. So every month we get a stipend from athletics, and basically it's a check that we use to cover everything we need for the month. So our rent, our electric bills and all that, and then food as well. And based on how much you get is how much you kind of have to budget for the month. Sometimes it goes up and down based on how big your scholarship is. So if I have less money, I have to be more careful about what I buy. I have to buy less food than I usually do sometimes because I just don't really have enough to budget for. So that kind of affects what I eat sometimes, because if I'm running really low, I'll get cheaper stuff and not buy as much fresh produce. But luckily that doesn't happen too often. So it's usually pretty similar and doesn't affect that much, but if my scholarship goes down, it'll definitely affect like what I buy each month. My grandma's from Mexico, so when she came over here, like they picked up like a lot of like special, I don't know, or like different ways to prepare and cook food, and it was just like passed down from generation to generation, like from her mom especially. And I don't know if I picked so much of it up, but I definitely like grew up around her cooking me every meal, and we just ate different things, and she prepared things a certain way. So a lot of those little things I picked up on, I didn't even realize, but it definitely influenced like the food I make now, and like the stuff I really know how to make really well, the stuff I learned from my grandma, like during the holidays, for making like tamales and enchiladas, and like rice and beans, like were definitely staple foods, and then I just kind of took them and made it my own as I got older. But how my grandma prepares stuff is still how I prepare it, and she kind of gave that to my mom, and then so on and so forth, and that's kind of where I picked everything up to begin with. My mom and dad worked a lot, so it was just me and my older sisters, and like they would usually make me food all the time because they didn't want to do it, and they were the older sisters, and like I was trying to be like nice, and I wanted them to like me, so I just like started making my own stuff, just like learned from like what I saw them do, and then just whatever like I saw my grandma do or aunts, like simple stuff like grilled cheeses and omelets and like that at first, and then when I got older, you like kind of get more creative. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I just throw stuff together, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it comes out gross. But then the next time I know. Like I think it's important to prepare my food because like then I know it's like healthy and good for me, and like I know what I'm eating, and I can monitor it. Someone else can make it for me, and it come out that good, like I totally would. But I think like preparing it gives me just like an opportunity to like actually see what I'm eating, be like more in tune with what I'm putting in my body, so like I know that like I have proper energy for the day, and that like I hit all the groups I need to like not only maintain weight but also like support like my exercise habits and then build muscle and just like things that I want to do.